Hey guys, welcome back. So for today's video, I wanted to do another brand review for you guys, and today's brand is going to be Necessaire. And if you guys haven't heard of Necessaire, they're relatively new. I would say at the minimum, maybe 3 years old, and they're all about body care. And I've been itching to try new body care for a while now because I've been exclusively using Lush, I think, for almost 8 years now. So it's been a while since I've tried anyone else's lotion or shower gel, things like that. So it was time for me to kind of branch out, but I still wanted to kind of keep it within my brand values and what I look for when I'm shopping for stuff. So Necessaire is very much aligned with using really good ingredients, more natural stuff, and they're really good about their packaging. They try to be very minimalistic. They use only post-consumer recycled plastic, and I believe their boxes are completely recyclable, if not compostable. So those are all things that I really look for in brands nowadays, and they definitely do that for me. Their line isn't super duper extensive at the moment. I think they have maybe 10 things in total, and in terms of fragrances, I think they have 4 right now. So they have their fragrance free. They also have a bergamot, which is their newest one, sandalwood, and eucalyptus. So all those scents are very much things that I really enjoy, some more than others, but none of them are off base for me. Like, I don't really like fruity, synthetic, sweet smelling things. So all those smells are definitely up my alley. So it's very much a brand that speaks to me in many, many ways. So I was really excited to pick up some of their stuff. I started out with 3 of their products, maybe late spring, early summer, and then I kind of branched out because of this little promo that they were doing. If there's something you guys need to know about me, is that I'm a sucker for many things, but also I'm a sucker for promotions. So they were doing a promo where if you bought anything from their website, like there wasn't even a minimum purchase, and if you bought something from their website, you can get a mini size version of their body lotion and their body serum. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that. So that's why we're here. I picked up another deodorant in their sandalwood scent and then got these for free. So no regrets, honestly, because I was gonna buy another deodorant anyway. So this kind of just pushed me towards the edge to do that. And I got to try 2 other things that I was really curious about in a small form. So here we are. So maybe we'll start off with these guys since they're in my hands. So these are going to be the body lotion and the body serum. The one that I was really excited to try actually was the body lotion, which sounds like so boring, but I love creamy, hydrating things. So that's just who I am. And this one only comes in the fragrance-free smell or line, as well as the body serum. So these are gonna be non-fragranced. And for me, this is going to be on the lighter end of a moisturizer. They do advertise it as fast absorbing, so usually that means it's gonna be less hydrating. I do think it does a good job of hydrating the skin in the moment, but long term, I'm not really sure, because I use this at night before I go to bed. I'm a nighttime showerer for the most part, so I use this fresh out the shower, and I do feel hydrated when I use it. But the next morning, I do feel like my skin feels dry again, so I feel like I have to reapply. When I use my Lush lotions, I don't typically have to moisturize again in the morning, so I think it's personal preference. I do like the fact that I can like lay in bed with this and be freshly lotioned up but not feel sticky or like, you know, like I'm sticking to my bed sheet. So that's kind of nice, but I do wish it was a little bit more hydrating. But I appreciate the fact that they went fragrance free for at least the first round of this, because I think this would be a really good lotion if you had super sensitive skin, just because the ingredients are super gentle and it just has lots of vitamins in it too. So for me, I think I'm not in a rush to get the big size, but I wouldn't be opposed to purchasing the full size of this. So I'm kind of on the fence. The next one is the body serum, and this one I find the most interesting in their whole lineup of products, just because I think it's the most unique. And just like a serum would be for your face, it's supposed to be really nice and nutritious for the skin. I think there's like vitamin A, E, C, there's like omega fatty moisturizers in here, and there's also, I think, ceramide and hyaluronic acid. So there's like all the things that you would want in terms of like skin nutrition, but it's so lightweight. I don't know, for me, when I think of a serum, I think more of like an oil or something. I mean, I could be wrong. I know there's more like lighter serums out there, but I was just imagining this to be a little bit more hydrating. So on its own, I definitely wouldn't recommend if you're looking for it to be hydrating, because it's not going to do that for you. It absorbs super quickly. So what I've been doing is just layering it up with these. So I find that to be really nice, but for $40 for the full size, like I feel like the effects aren't where I want it to be. Maybe it's one of those things where I have to kind of use it for a long period of time to kind of notice it, but I don't know, I'm not really looking to drop $40 on a body product right now, so I think I'm gonna pass on this one, but I'm glad I was able to, you know, try it, form somewhat of an opinion on it. So kind of glad that I got it in a mini, and we'll definitely finish it, but don't think I'm gonna be purchasing. Next up is the deodorant. So deodorant is kind of difficult to give a review on because it's a very personal product, and what I mean by that is everyone's body chemistry is so different. So just because it might work for me, it may not work for you, or vice versa. And sometimes I think also with natural deodorants too, in general, it's just really hard to shop for because different ingredients affect people differently. So for example, this is really cool because it doesn't have baking soda in it. Baking soda, I know, is very much an ingredient that irritates a lot of people. Like it can cause redness, chafing, things like that. So straight off the bat, this does not have baking soda, so I think that's really great. It also doesn't have aluminum in there, so you're still gonna sweat. Sweating is actually really good for you, believe it or not. It's detoxifying all the toxins in your body. So sweating is great. It's just the odor that, you know, most people want to control. And for me, I do think this controlled my odor maybe the first month or two that I was using it, and I think that's because it wasn't very hot at that time. But as it got to the hotter summer months, I feel like it kind of wore off a little bit. So I'm not writing this product off completely. I think I'm gonna try the sandalwood one, which is the one that I purchased. So I'm hoping that kind of like combination of essential oils and stuff will kind of help me in terms of controlling that odor, I guess you could say. So it's kind of like one of those things, it's like a toss-up. Like, I don't think this is a bad product, so that's why I'm still gonna use it. I also like the fact too that it's like a wet formula, so it doesn't like dry out my underarms like at all. And what's interesting is you actually twist up the bottom to dispense the product and the deodorant comes out. So it's not your traditional bar deodorant, which is kind of interesting. What's nice though is like if you accidentally twist up too much, you can actually retract it by twisting it the opposite way and it'll kind of go back down. However, it is really hard to tell if you're like almost done with it. So, you know, you kind of have to have like a second deodorant on hand just in case it comes the day that, you know, you're running out. So maybe I'll be able to tell towards the end, but like as you can see, it's kind of hard to tell. With bar ones, you can like spin it up and you can see what you have left. Another thing to note is the only time I've ever experienced burning or irritation is when I would apply this on freshly shaved armpits. But I think that also could just be because this is eucalyptus, and eucalyptus is like a very menthol-y essential oil, you know, and like menthol and like, you know, freshly shaved armpits doesn't sound good in general, so something to keep in mind. Perhaps the unscented version, which they just came out with, might be a better option. Maybe you wouldn't feel that burny feeling after. I'm hoping the sandalwood one would work better for me overall. So it's kind of one of those things. I think it's great, would recommend, but might not be good for you because, again, deodorant is so personal. So there's that. Next up is the exfoliator. So this one comes in all 4 scents, so you have that option of getting whichever one you want. I decided to get the eucalyptus one because, first of all, the bergamot one was not out yet. Otherwise, I would have picked that one. But I thought eucalyptus would be really good after a good workout because I think that menthol-y feeling will help with the blood circulation, but the physical exfoliant would just feel really good in addition to the eucalyptus. So that was kind of like my thought process. But if I were to pick this up again, I'd probably get it in the sandalwood or the bergamot because eucalyptus isn't my favorite. I don't hate it, it's just not my favorite. But anyways, in terms of the exfoliant, you're gonna have pumice and charcoal. So it's gonna be a very polishing, fine scrub. So if you're not into abrasive scrubs, you might think this is a little bit too gentle, but if you had really sensitive skin, I think this would be just fine because it's so fine, you know, like there's enough scrub to get the job done, but it's not like scraping off your skin. So it's kind of like one of those things, it's a personal preference, but I do feel like my skin feels really soft and smooth when I'm using it, and it doesn't irritate my skin at all. So I think this is really good. I would repurchase, but probably just in another smell. So did like this one. And then last but not least is the body wash. So I decided to get the sandalwood one, and I am obsessed. I want to get everything in the sandalwood smell, and I love it because it's sandalwood, but it's not in your face. It's very mild, and I think that goes with all of their scents. It is going to be on the milder side, which I really do enjoy, and I love how my skin feels when I use this. It lathers up so nicely. It's very softening on the skin. I wouldn't say moisturizing, but softening, and I don't know, it just feels really nice. Like I use it with a loofah, and I just feel so luxurious when I use it. So I do like their body wash. I think this is probably one of my favorite things in the line that I've tried so far with this guy, and then I do like the deodorant. So I really do like this brand, and I'm excited to try more of their stuff. Like they just came out with a hand cream that I want to try, but now I just want to try their bergamot stuff and more sandalwood. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope the next one will be makeup related, since I've done skincare, body, hopefully now makeup. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.